Hi, welcome back to the PC Amateur Guy. Today I'm going to do a video about fans, and I know, like, I said a lot of stuff about case fans, and they're not that important, but you still need them for somewhat. It does cool the system down 5 to 10%, but most importantly, if you find a balance set up in your fan, right? Meaning the amount of air coming in and the amount coming out, if it's equal, it's gonna create a neutral configuration, right? If you have too much air coming in, it's gonna create positive, and if you have too much air coming out, it's gonna create negative pressure for fans. But how do you determine that? Well, first of all, there's a couple ways you can do that. One of the ways you can see here, where the arrow is pointing down, right? That's where the fan, that's where the air is facing, right? And so a lot of times, if you're like in the desert, right? I mean, I read this online one time, and she made a good analogy. If you're in the desert and it's like really hot, right? Where do you want the fan to be facing? Do you want the fan to be facing away from you, which would be this way? Or do you want to be the fan facing towards you? So obviously you want that cool fan facing you, right? So the idea is that you want to like basically have the air facing the components, right? Like that's why you have a CPA cooler. That's why the CPA fan is always facing the cooler, right? As intake as opposed to outtake or exhaust. So something to be mindful of, right? Like you want to have some fans facing this way, right? Which is the arrow facing this way towards my bubble tea. You can see that, and so you want to cool off that parts, right? Um, but if you have like, let's say this is facing my bubble tea, as you can see here, you also want fan. Again, if you look at this, I don't think you can see this, but let's see if I can show you. Show you this here. Where's the arrows? Okay. See, zoom in. There's an arrow there that says air going that way. So it's basically going this way where my finger's pointing. So if you have 120 millimeters, let's pretend this is 120 millimeters. You also want the air to be exhausting it out, because when you're moving direction, like air towards you, right, in a case fan, you're also pulling in dust, right? And dust is like essentially a silent killer, and also you have to clean up your PC once in a while, right? So if you can create neutral pressure, meaning the amount of air coming in and the amount of air coming out, if that's equalized, then you want to move that air as quickly as in and then out. So it's going to cool the part, and then it's going to be pulled out as hot air coming out, right? So that's why they call it exhausting the air out, and then intake is intaking the air in. So if you do it that way, you keep your PC a lot cleaner. So one of the most important things about having case fans is trying to neutralize that dust, and so that it's not staying in your case. And try to move it as much as possible, right? So a lot of times, maybe we have like 3 fans going in, and then you want to have 3 fans exhausting out. So that's what you want to have for best configuration. So just want to share that. And then number 2 item that you can check to see whether it's intake or outtake, because sometimes they don't have that arrow, and you're like, what the heck? I'm confused as hell. Is you can see this thing here, right? This item is like, think of this as the exit. So I did actually get this from another YouTube video, and I forget the guy's name, but he said this is exit. So that means whenever you see this exit, that means that's where the air is exiting. So it's going this way where my fan is pointing. And if notice how there's no exit here, so that means this is where the air is coming through. So this is the intake, and this is where the fan is exiting with this X. Just think of it like an X here. So you can see similarly here as well. Without looking at where the arrows are pointing, this automatically tells you that the air is going to exit this way on this side of the fan, and this is where it's entering, right? And then the third thing you can think of, the third way you can figure out where the fan is headed, what direction, is you can see, think of it this like a helicopter. So this is the bottom of the helicopter, and then these are the helicopter here, right? So that's another way of looking at it to understand where the air is coming from. So this is, just think of this as the top of the helicopter, and so the air is coming obviously going this way. So again, exhaust is this way, right? So same idea with this. If you look at this, this is like the bottom of the helicopter, right? Or you know what I mean? And this is the spread of it. So this means the air is going this way. So if you put it down this way, you can immediately see that this air is going down that way. So that's how you know. And yeah, I just want to share that very quickly. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thumbs up, thumbs down, subscribe if you haven't, so I can make more videos like this to help the PC community. And thanks for watching.